Studying abroad in Amsterdam was an eye opening experience. As a city known for its progressive values and cultural diversity, Amsterdam offers a unique perspective on integration and equality. However, during my time there, I couldn't help but notice the stark differences and surprising similarities between the experiences of black people in Amsterdam and those in the United States. In the U.S., black communities have a long history of activism and striving for systemic change. We're not just trying to survive, we're pushing for laws and environments that include and uplift us. In Amsterdam, however, the progression seems slower and the challenges are different. This can be shown by the issue of Zwart Piet. The debates about its racist undertones and historical connotation of slavery are intense. Despite gradual shifts in public sentiment spurred by movements like the Black Lives Matter, the battle against Zwart Piet continues. It highlights broader systemic issues such as racial segregation and employment disparities. Traveling to Bilgemer and participating in a walking tour revealed even more similarities. The housing developments in Bilgemer, designed with the intent of fostering community, mirrored some of the efforts seen in American cities. However, the tragic plane crash in 1992 profoundly affected the Bilgemer community, leaving scars that persist decades later.
Attached. So that's a small trivial thing. There's a few things to really understand about this. On 4th of October, and you will see, if you pay attention to it, you will hear the planes cross a lot. But it was not a regularly flight pattern, exactly. On the 4th of October, a plane leaves from Schiphol Airport, probably where you landed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it departs on its way to Tel Aviv. So it's a New York, Amsterdam, Tel Aviv connection. It's a passenger flight, but it's actually masquerading cargo. So there's only 4 people inside. One illegally, but that is a person connected to the flight crew. They're transporting substances that are still a lot of stories around. The check has not been made very well, but they somehow have a privilege to still depart. And the engine falls out, takes out another engine, and it starts circling around the city. There's a lot of testimonies, a lot of facts that people in other cities have seen this and seen the engine fall in the water. So now they're expecting to be attacked. There's a few signs that they say, hey, we might have been attacked. Through most stories, it ends up people just using fireworks somewhere. So they're circling, trying to find a place to land. They're getting the instruction to land it back at Schiphol and use a certain runway. But they also have the privilege to choose their own. So they disregard that signal and fly to another line. It should not be allowed to cross residential area. So some people do not want to entertain the thought that it doesn't have to do specifically with the Belmer, which already has a bad stigma. Into the building. Registered 39 people are leave their lives here, including, and then also the 4 people inside the plane, so 43. What ends up is that people understand there's a lot of people living here undocumented, specifically people from West African nations, for example, Ghanaians. So a lot of the reporting is about, there's something happening there in the Belmer, in those flats, where we don't understand. So there's a lot more.
Now, the Vietnamese community in Amsterdam faces its own unique challenges. Despite holding Dutch citizenship and embracing Dutch culture, many Surinamese individuals feel marginalized and labeled as perpetual outsiders. This is a stark reminder of enriched racial biases and historical legacies of colonialism and slavery. During our trip, we sat down for a discussion with Black residents of Amsterdam, revealing the depth of institutionalized racism in their education system. Standardized tests determine if students will attend university or trade school, yet many Black students, despite passing these tests, are often recommended for trade school by their teachers. This placement usually happens without resistance from their parents, leading to misplaced and limited opportunities. One student shared her experience of suing her professors for not allowing her to submit her thesis on a topic of her choice, ultimately winning the case. These stories highlight the ongoing struggle and resilience of Black people in Amsterdam as they fight for their rights and progress. There are striking similarities between the history of the slave trade in Amsterdam and America. Both societies are deeply scarred by the legacy of slavery and institutionalized racism. These historical injustices have left a lasting impact on housing divides and social segregation. Activism made representation and political discourse play vital roles in how issues gain traction and visibility. In Amsterdam, as in many places, some issues are prioritized while others remain marginalized. It's a complex dance between progress and resistance. Exploring the mechanism of social change and public discourse in Amsterdam provided me with valuable insights. Comparing it to the US, where activism has a long and storied history, I realized that every society has its unique path towards inclusivity and equality. Learning from cities that have successfully tackled racial divides can offer valuable lessons for Amsterdam and beyond. Amsterdam may boast a reputation for liberalism and inclusivity, but the persistence of racial divides underscores the need for deeper introspective and concerted efforts towards social justice. My study abroad experience has shown me that while the paths may differ, the pursuit of a more equitable future is a universal journey. Continuing to explore these complexities can offer valuable insights into the broader dynamics of societal change in the pursuit of a more just world. Whether in Amsterdam or America, the journey towards true inclusivity and equality continues.